Today, we are diving into something pretty cool in the world of AI called RAG Fusion. Now, RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. I know, it sounds super technical, but it's actually a simple idea. It just means the AI first looks stuff up, that's the retrieval part, before it writes you an answer. And RAG Fusion makes that first step, the looking stuff up part, way smarter. It's basically teaching AI a very human skill: how to ask better questions to find better answers.
So, let's start with a problem we've all faced. You know the feeling, right? You ask an AI assistant what seems like a simple, straightforward question, and the answer you get back is just a little bit off. Maybe it's not quite what you asked for, or it's just plain weird. So why on earth does that happen? Well, it really comes down to one fundamental thing. An AI is only as good as the information it can find. See, behind the scenes, whenever you ask it something, it's performing a search. It's digging through mountains of data to find the right pieces to build your answer. And if that initial search is garbage, well, the answer you get is going to be garbage too. So how do we fix this search problem? Well, what if we could teach the AI to search more like a person? Think about it. When you're really trying to find something out, you don't just type one thing into Google and give up, right? No. You try different keywords, you rephrase your question, you attack the problem from a few different angles. And that is exactly what we can teach an AI to do. This whole idea actually has a name. It's called query translation. And the concept is super powerful but also really intuitive. The AI takes your one question and instead of just taking it literally, it brainstorms. It rewrites your question into several new versions, each from a slightly different perspective. It's kind of like having your own personal research team all tackling the same problem for you. So let's break that down. What does this look like in practice? It's pretty simple, really. It all starts with you asking your one question. Then, the AI gets creative and generates a handful of new questions based on yours. And finally, and this is the key part, it runs a completely separate search for every single one of those new questions. It's casting a much wider net to find the best possible information. Now, the idea of using multiple queries to get better results isn't brand new, but a specific technique called RAG Fusion is what really takes this to the next level. It adds a really clever, critical step that makes all the difference. Let's see how it builds on that basic idea.
Okay, so what's the big deal? What separates RAG Fusion from just a standard multi-query search? Both of them generate multiple questions and get results back. But a standard approach just kind of throws all those results together in one big pile. RAG Fusion is so much smarter. It adds this brilliant ranking step to intelligently fuse all those different search results into one single, much better list.
And honestly, this ranking step is where the magic really happens. Because after the AI has done all those searches, it's got a new problem on its hands. It has all these different lists of results, and it has to figure out how to turn all that chaos into pure clarity.
So just imagine this is what the AI is looking at. It's got a list of lists. Each search it ran came back with its own ranked results. You can see right away, some documents, like Document C and Document A, they keep popping up over and over. Others, they only show up once. This is the messy puzzle that the AI needs to solve.
And this brings us right to the heart of the challenge. It's not just about getting more information. The real trick is figuring out which pieces of information are truly the most relevant and the most important. How do you intelligently merge all these separate lists into a single, definitive, perfect list?
The answer is a clever algorithm with a bit of a fancy name: Reciprocal Rank Fusion. Now, don't worry about the complex math. The idea behind it is actually super simple. It looks across all the different lists and gives every single document a score. And documents that show up a lot, especially the ones that are ranked highly in multiple lists, they get a much higher score. It's basically a system for finding the consensus among all those different search perspectives.
And boom, here's the final product. After Reciprocal Rank Fusion does its thing, you get this: one clean, consolidated, and perfectly ranked list. You see how Document C and Document A shot straight to the top? That's because the algorithm recognized that they were the most consistently important results across all the different searches.
Okay, so that's the tech, and it's pretty cool, but why should you actually care about any of this? Well, because this whole sophisticated search process has a direct and really dramatic impact on the quality of the answer that the AI gives you at the end. And the difference is huge. Just look at this. A simple single-question search might only get the best info about 40% of the time. A basic multi-query approach, yeah, it helps. It brings it up to about 70%. But RAG Fusion, with that intelligent ranking step, it pushes the quality of the source material all the way up to 95%. It makes sure the AI is starting with the absolute best ingredients to give you an answer.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. The folks at LangChain, who are experts in this space, put it perfectly. They say it's really nice to build that consolidated ranking. Basically, you're creating the perfect little package of information to hand off to the part of the AI that actually writes the final answer. So if you remember one thing from all of this, let it be this. A better list of information leads directly to a better, more reliable final answer. By getting so much smarter at the finding and ranking part, RAG Fusion makes the entire AI system more accurate and more trustworthy for all of us. And that just leads to a pretty fascinating final thought, doesn't it? We've just seen how AI is mastering the very human art of asking good questions to understand the world better. It really makes you wonder, what's the next uniquely human skill it's going to learn?